Hey Leos. Let me take my hair down. So, let's talk, you guys. You guys are doing super, super well. As you know, I have some funny stories to tell you about Leos. First of all, I realized that my sun is a Leo rising. Did not know that. Should have known that. Should have known that. He's got this reddish hair, this reddish brown mane, and I was hesitating to tell you this story, but I'll tell you. So the other day we found out that a bunch of the kids in his class here in Denmark have lice, and I was like, as an American, I was like, what? Who? What? We can't. No, we're gonna have to shave his head, right? Because I'm not getting lice because of him. Not that he had it, but, just me and his dad were talking about it, and it was like, yeah, it's the right thing to do. His hair is getting too long anyway, so we should cut it. So I asked him to go next door to the woman who lives next door, who used to be a hairdresser, and she has clippers. And I'm like, please go get those clippers so I can, cut your hair. Don't you know, this child turned every shade of white. Even his lips lost the color to them. I mean, he went pale as a ghost. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Then he decides that he's going to throw up. And I'm like, okay, what is wrong with you? What happened? No, because, that's my hair. You guys don't get to decide. He's 9 years old. You guys don't get to decide what I do with my hair. Daddy has long hair. You have long hair. Nobody says anything to you guys. What makes you think you can say something to me about my hair? And then he says, my hair is a part of me. It's a part of who I am. I was like, go ahead, roar. Roar. Go ahead. Do it. Yes. Yes. I support you. You're right. You're right. What if I give you like a real punk haircut where you could keep it all in the front and we'll just shave the back? Yeah, okay, that I can do. But he did go ahead and throw up when we mentioned cutting his hair. I was like, this Leo-ness. God help me. But of course, now he's so proud of himself for doing it that he wants me to tell other adults this story. Like, I had a friend over yesterday and he was like, are you going to tell her what happened with my hair? I was like, okay. And he laughed through the whole story because he laughed at how autonomous he is and how proud he is of his autonomy. And I was like, lion. Here's this lion. Look at him being a lion sitting on his rock, talking about, look at me, I'm a lion, And he's also gotten into this thing where he does like, very cute. It's very cute to see Leos when they're little. Leo rising, Leo moon, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, this sun is coming in really strong, so I'm just going to move myself a little so there's not glare. So, now, why do I tell you that story? I tell you that story because it has a lot to do with what's going on for you this month and has a lot to do with how you guys are, right? Your sense of autonomy is really, really important to you. And if you have anyone in your life right now that's trying to mess with that, it's making you super miserable. Last month we talked about people bothering you, people fighting with you, people getting on your nerves, trying to rob you of your sense of autonomy. And to a certain extent, you may have worked through that, but I still sense that you are still working through it as we go into the new year. And it's just a constant picking, at your sense of self, but also at your, I wish I could think of a better word than autonomy, your sense of independence, It's like what my kid said, it's my hair. You guys get to do what you want, I get to do what I want, And that sense that you have of yourself, that pride that you have. Another thing that he wanted me to point out, last month I said, I like running with a pack of lions. Don't you know he was the first one to be like, mommy, no, pride. You mean pride. Lions don't hang out in packs. They hang out in prides. That's how he did it too. He went like this, prides. I was like, You're right, Baba. You're right. You're right. Prides. I meant prides. So, you know, that sense of independence, that sense of pride that you have in yourself, when you feel like someone is getting at you for it, it just bums you out, you know? And it makes you feel like, why are things going like this? Like, are things going to get better, or am I still going to have to deal with these nonsense people who keep, like, wasting my time, basically, right? Yes, things are going to get a lot better. For you, this month looks amazing. For most of us, I'm going to be honest, it doesn't look all that great. It's a time to regroup and think things through. For you guys, total opposite. You guys are rolling. You know, card of higher ground, boom. Love coming in, boom. Right? Charity, doing charity work, doing work for others. That's where you're going to find your success. That's where you're going to find your fortune. You got it right there, right? This is also, it's communication. This is communication. It can be a little bit harsh, but it's still communication, right? So you've got some good moments coming up of communicating. However, there is a sense here, like with everybody else, that you need to let it happen, right? So for you, letting it happen can feel like this. Sure. You can feel a little like, let it happen. No, I want to pounce on something. I want to bite into something. I want to do something with all this stuff I've got. Yes, and you will do it. And you will do it. And you will be very, very lucky. And when things start moving, it's exactly like the Sagittarians. When things start moving, they're really going to move. Don't worry. It will move fast once it goes. But it's not going to go right when you want it to. Let it come to you. And in the meantime, don't get upset. You know, don't worry in the meantime about things not moving. Don't start thinking about the past. Because here's the other thing. You think about the past and then people from the past show up, right? That's how it happens, right? You think about the past and then all of a sudden the past starts showing up and you're like, ugh, you know, I already dealt with you. I don't want to have to deal with this again. And especially not with someone who's talking about, you know, wanting you back when they just want to overlook all the pain they caused you before they left. Excuse me, I can't unfeel that pain. That's what one of my Leo friends said to me. I can't unfeel all the stuff you put me through that now you want me back, you know, and I'm supposed to just forget about all of that. It doesn't work that way, right? So, let's see. Ooh. This sun, oh, I forgot. That's why I have my hair like this. So the sun wouldn't get in my face. I'm sorry. So, again, some similar cards to the reading right before. You know, it makes sense, Sagittarians. You really have to be careful here of not allowing this time of slowing down to make you feel sad and start reminiscing about stuff that you know isn't going to work out. You need to cut some strings. Don't let these people hang around. And this also applies to other things too. Let me be really, really honest with you about something. You know that Leos like a little bit of drama in their life, okay? The thing about that is, one of the ways that can manifest is that you guys are very social, right? You're very social, but one of the ways that the drama manifests is that you guys talk. And I'm not saying you gossip, but there is a tendency when you talk to people all the time to pass things from here to there. That will get you in trouble this month. Don't do it. If that means you have to be a little bit quieter than usual, be a little bit quieter than usual. But don't take info. It's one thing to network, okay? That's going to work out really well for you. You're going to really feel a sense of accomplishment. Things, like I said, things are going to go really, really well for you. But don't make the mistake of taking those social connections that you have that will really benefit you and abusing them in any way. Don't put pressure, don't put weight on bridges that can't handle it. You know what I mean? Don't make the mistake of thinking that, oh, I'm cool with this person, so I can completely trust this person to tell them something about this person, because it's not that kind of time. No, you can't really trust people like that right now. And in general, you should try to cultivate in your personality a sense of keeping what people say to you just to them. Do you understand what I mean? Like, treat every person as if they've made you take a vow of silence about what they're telling you. Because you will never then risk that, you know, that trap of someone coming to you and saying, oh, you know, I heard you told my business to so-and-so, you know, because you guys are very loyal, but it's not that you're not loyal. It's not that you're trying to deceive anyone. It's not that you're trying to mess anyone over or fuck anyone over. It's not that. It's just that you talk. You're social. You hang out. You make connections. You pass information back and forth. And sometimes, yes, that can be misconstrued as gossip. And especially if you're hanging out with people that you don't necessarily like so much, but, you know, because of work and circumstance or whatever, they're good for you to be around. And then you go and tell someone else that you really do like, you know, oh, well, this person that I'm hanging out with, I don't really like them. They're like this, they're like this. Man, the next time they see you hanging out with that person, they're going to be like, what? No, I thought you didn't like that person. You know what I mean? Now, I understand as someone who has a lot of Leo friends that that's not what you're actually doing. But I'm giving you the outside perspective of somebody who doesn't fully understand you. They're going to look at you and think, is this person like that with me too? Is this person talking about me too behind my back? You know what I mean? And like I said, you're not that person, but don't do stuff that will have people misconstrue you that way, is what I'm saying. So let's take a look at these cards and then we'll talk about meditation. I don't know why I'm flying through this reading. Every sign gives me a different kind of energy, as you know, right? So I feel like you guys want to move fast this month. And when you hit those roadblocks, you're going to want to push through them. Please don't. Because you're going to put yourself in such a sad place for no reason. You're going to get, all bent out of shape about not getting things done the way you want and being sad about it. But it's really going to be for no reason. Because if you just chill and let things happen the way they're supposed to. Another thing a Leo friend of mine said to me recently, which really applies for you guys this month. Right place, right time. That's what it's all about for you guys. Right place, right time. And you know how you get to the right place at the right time? You don't do this. You don't do this. This is not getting to the right place at the right time. This is getting in your own way. Don't get down on yourself because things aren't moving exactly the way you want. When things look like they're blocking you, accept that they're blocking you. They're blocking you because they want you to sit still. They want you to slow down, right? Oh, sorry. Slow down. Slow down. Right? But instead of going into some deep introspective phase like some people are having to do when they slow down, you really don't need to do that. What you need to do, you need to cut some people out. You need to cut some of the fat here because yes, it is going to be about networking. Yes, you are going to meet people through your friends, meet, someone, a potential love interest through your friends, something that could really work out. But at the same time, you know who's not really your friend. Let me put it to you this way. If you talk more bad about someone than you do good, that person shouldn't be in your life. You need to use this sword. You need to wield this sword. Okay? And why? Well, look at the bottom of the deck. It's because some really, really good things are coming. And of course, when really good things are coming, we want to trim the fat so there's room in our lives for those good things to come in. And we also want to have our behavior be so impeccable that we're deserving of the good things, right? We don't want anything coming in and clouding our karma. And one of the best ways that we can do that is, of course, help people, which you are very generous. You guys help people all the time. Any charity work you can get involved in right now will be really, really important for you later. But right now, you have to be this way because you got to think long term. This is someone who thinks long term. You have to adopt this sort of earth sign energy, even though what you really want to do is start, clawing at people and killing people because things aren't moving the way you want them to, and things seem like they're not going to work out. They are going to work out. It's just this slow moving energy needs to be adopted because that's the only way that it works out. And why is it the only way? Because it's about time. When it's not time, it's not time. There's nothing you can do about it. You can get mad. You can get irritated at the people around you. You can feel, a certain, some type of way about it, that people aren't helping you and they're not there for you. But really, all that's going on is that there's enormous opportunity and you can't see it yet. Don't worry. You're not supposed to see it yet. You must go on faith right now. Okay? So you need to check the drama at the door, check the gossip, check anyone who brings gossip and drama into your life. That's a better way to put it. Because I don't think it's just you guys. I think you guys attract people who want to gossip to you. I think you guys attract people who bring the drama with them. Be it a love partner, a friend, a coworker, it doesn't matter. You attract people who want to fight. You know, you attract people who want drama. We talked about this last month. Don't give in to that. And also don't indulge that side of your own nature. Sometimes when we're, you know, like how they say that if you have a friend that gets divorced, your chances of getting divorced go up 20%. If you have a friend that gains a bunch of weight, your chances of gaining a bunch of weight go up a certain amount. It's because when we see other people around us indulge in a certain behavior, then it becomes easier for us to indulge in that behavior without feeling bad about ourselves, right? And what you are being asked to do, and I'm so glad that this card came up, is you're being asked to have clarity of heart right now. Your heart is your superpower, Leo. Remember that. And you are being asked to have clarity of heart. What does that mean? You got to have some faith that these things that seem like huge obstacles at the moment will turn around and will be okay. These people that are being harsh to you right now, this boss, this coworker, this teacher, this spouse who's really, really trying you, this guy you really like or girl you really like who's really trying you right now, look, he doesn't care. He's got his head up in the air. He doesn't care. Because he knows what this guy doesn't know. He sees the things that this guy doesn't see. This is where you are. This is where you need to be. Very clear for you guys. Very clear and very fast. You know, I'm all about that. The only thing, look here. Here's the speed. Here's the person that would be great for you. And what's in the middle? Holding on, not letting things go, trying to push when there's nothing to push towards, stubborn, being stubborn. Don't do any of that. There's no need. There's no need. Because here's the thing. You will create an artificial situation where this will feel like it's happening when it's not really happening. The only reason you feel like it's happening is because you're trying to knock over barricades that aren't ready to be knocked over. When it's time for those barricades to be knocked over, you won't be able to stop them. So just have faith. Have faith that the things you really want are coming to you, because this month they really are coming to you. But you need to get out of your own way. You know, it's like, let me put it to you this way. When I picked my kid up from the bus the other day after the haircut, and he got off the bus and he was doing like kung fu flips. And I was like, oh, so I guess the kids at your school liked your hair, didn't they? And he was like, oh my God, yeah, they thought it was so cool. And I'm like, you see, you worked yourself up, literally threw up at the idea of something not being the way you wanted. And now you're so happy about it. And he even said himself, he was like, yeah, I guess I should have just relaxed about it. Yes. Relax about this. Relax about things not moving the way you think they should. Relax about feeling like there's all these opportunities but you can't get your hands on them. You will get your hands on them. It will work out. It's going to move fast when it moves, but it's not time. It's just not time. December is a trying time for everybody. It's not just the holidays. It's what's going on with Mercury retrograde. It's all types of stuff. It's just not time. However, you know, part of what you have to think about here, part of what makes you sharp and people get on your nerves and you feel like cutting them out, is because people get on your nerves. You know? And I think that sometimes when people get on your nerves, your tendency is to want to go to another person and say, oh, you know, she's getting on my nerves. This person is really getting on my nerves. And what you have to remember is your integrity now coming into December is really on display. People are looking now to give you all sorts of opportunities, and they realize that you're in a place where you can avail those opportunities, and they really want to give you those opportunities. How, you know, they want to give you stuff. They want to give you stuff. However, they are watching you to see if you're the type of person who deserves it, one, who can handle it, two, and who has the social skills to be able to navigate between all these different, you know, beliefs and people and settings and not cause conflict. And as much as you wouldn't think that just talking to someone or venting to someone would cause conflict, like I said, there's always a chance that it would be misconstrued as gossip. So you want to be really careful about how you come across. I know you guys don't really care how you're perceived, But I'm not talking about just people. I'm talking about people that trust you. I'm talking about people that love you. I'm talking about people that want to work with you. Those are the people that you want to make a really good impression on. And you don't want someone just getting on your nerves to be the reason to mess something up long term that could be amazing for you. Okay, so that's what you need to keep in mind. There is, in the middle of the month, this push to get things done. You want to get things done, which is kind of a sick joke, right? Because at the same time, I'm saying you got to chill out and wait. So that's why you're going to feel that it's like this two opposing forces that you're trying to balance. You want to get things done because of the full moon. At the same time, you can't get things done because retrograde's going to come in. So it's just like, ugh, you know, what do I do? I'm just going to start biting and clawing people because I'm mad. Like, why isn't stuff moving? No, 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 no. You know, be like a cat. Take a break. You can either hang upside down like this because things aren't moving, or you can go sleep on a rock in the sun. I would suggest you go sleep on a rock in the sun. Take it easy. Just like my kid, you know, things that seem real bad, you know, the next day he's like, hey, that was the best idea ever. What is that? That's perspective. He just needed a little time, right? He needed time to see it for what it really was, because his first emotional, very visceral reaction was very dramatic, and there was no chill there. You know, if he had just chilled out a little bit and, for example, trusted me a little bit or expressed himself in a different way, he wouldn't have had to get so worked up. So that's a really good example for you guys to follow, even though he is only 9 years old. Just chill. There's a lot that's coming to you. Quite some. Okay? And the only thing that's going to get in your way here of not being able to do this stuff, the only thing that will hinder this is you. You know, is you being like, oh my God, why aren't things moving? Oh my God, I hate it. You know, I need things to happen. I know it should be like this. I know this person could contact this person and get me in touch with who I need to. Why aren't they doing it? Because it's not time. Okay, it's not time. Let's not use the time of hanging out to be sad. No need to be sad. Sleeping on a rock is not sad, okay? That's actually quite pleasurable. And if you think long enough, you'll see that this little lull, when you look back at this time, you'll say, oh my God, you know, it's really nice that things didn't happen right then because it wasn't the right time. And I wouldn't have met this person in this way like I really needed to if I had pushed before. You understand? So everything else looks super good for you guys. You really have nothing to worry about. You've got really great money energy going on, long-term money energy. You've got really great love energy going on, long-term love. Things are getting serious for you in a really amazing way. And it's going to be super fun. You're going to have a lot of fun. You just have to be careful how you come off in the process. Not that you want to care too much what people think, but more that you don't want people to misjudge you. Because you're not, you know, you're not that person. So don't do things that would facilitate that wrong opinion of you, you know? So there's that. And now let's talk a little bit about meditation. So what does it mean for a Leo? I really do feel like the thing, again, that my son said about Leos running in a pride or being in a pride is very accurate. I feel like for you guys, meditation is about, well, quite simply, it's about this. Right? It's about helping other people. It's about being a part of a community. It's about being able to raise the tide of the entire community so all the ships go up, not just your own. I don't think that Leos are capable of having singular success and being okay with it. They want to see everyone around them do better. You know, if I'm going to eat, everybody should eat, kind of thing. So for you, I really feel like meditation is going out there in the world and making a difference. Going out there and engaging in something that really has nothing to do with you, where you can just openly and freely give. Because the truth is, when Leos openly and freely give in relationships, it can be too much. It can be overwhelming for the person they're doing it to, for the person they're, you know, pouring their love on. That person can kind of be like, okay, hold on, you know, that's a lot. Maybe I don't need that much, because everyone has their own issues, you know. A lot of people don't know how to receive that kind of attention or don't know how to receive that kind of love. But someone in need, someone who's hungry, someone who's homeless, someone who, you know, I have a beautiful Leo friend who runs a charity for girls who have lost their mothers. You know, like someone who really needs something that you have. When you go out there and you give to those people, that for you is extremely meditative, because you know, you guys are clear with yourselves. You emotionally process stuff. You know what's going on with you. You don't necessarily need that time of just sitting still. For you, that's kind of like, okay, well, I could be doing this, right? So yes, do what you got to do, but just incorporate the sense of compassion. For you, it really is about compassion. A meditative experience for you is about being compassionate. And you are extremely compassionate with everyone around you. But if you can direct that specifically at people who don't get emotional, who don't receive compassion from anyone, those are the people that you can help the most, okay? The people that everyone else looks over, the people that nobody seems to care about. Like, for example, I heard a startling statistic the other day that something like 50% of the people in New York that are homeless are children, right? Because we think of homeless people, we think of like homeless people. We think of grown people who we have all these kind of horrible associations with, that they did this, or our parents taught us messed up stuff, like they did this and this and this, and that's why they're on the street. But when you think about it in terms of little kids living on the street, little kids living in shelters, like that's what I mean. Your heart is so big and you're so giving and you're so compassionate. And there are people out there who are so marginalized, who are so disenfranchised by society, and no one even sees them. You know, I've lived in New York City my whole life. I didn't know that half the people in New York City that are homeless are kids. I didn't know. Because we don't even see them. You see what I'm saying? Those are the people that you can take this enormous heart that you have and this enormous capability to give and the abundance with which you are usually surrounded, and you can pass it out to these people. I mean, look at these people. They need it. And you have it. You know? So there's no more meditative experience than helping those around us. So in various different faiths, you'll find this concept of, you know, don't pray to me. You know, God will say, don't pray to me, help your fellow man. That's much more important to me than you know, praising me. And that concept really hits home for you guys this month. It's fantastic to have a spiritual life. It's fantastic to cultivate a spirituality. But I feel like the best way in which your particular superpower can be used to cultivate spirituality is to look out for your fellow man and to do things for people who, you know, like I said, nobody does for. Nobody even sees. Let me get a handle on myself. So, having said that, I want to just send out a huge shout out to all my Leos out there that got readings, that reached out to me this past month, that left me such amazing comments. Yes, I love you guys right back. I think you guys are amazing. You make my day. You know, the Leos in my life that I personally know, thank you so much for your friendship. And let's see, what else? So a couple of things. I will be putting up 2 bonus videos. One about how to get your groove back after a breakup. Most of my tips are probably going to be from my Leo girls. You may not want to watch that. It might be redundant for you. And the other one is the 8 Gates meditation, which is just about visualizing the body internally and getting everything flowing and moving. So that might be something you find interesting, at least to try once. And then last thing, me and my Leos will be in Jamaica next month. I will be doing my January readings from Jamaica, from Negril. It will be gorgeous, and I can't wait to share that experience with you. It'll be fun for us all to get to hang out on the beach together because, you know, you'll be there with me. I won't be doing an overview 2017 reading because my particular gift doesn't work that way, right? So I can't see past things that you have not already decided or have not already worked their way somehow into your consciousness. So I won't be doing that, but I will be doing my January readings from a beautiful location. And I'm excited for you guys to see how much more on point I am when I'm near the water. I don't know what it is, but the minute I'm near the water, I'm just like on fire, you know? So, great reading. Like I said, I love you guys. You're the light in my life. You bring me so much joy. Do this. Do it for me. Okay? Do it for yourselves. Do it for me. Spread some of that stuff around. It's the holiday season. A lot of people are going to need it. Okay? Why am I getting so emotional? Y'all make me emotional. I love you so much. Okay. So I will see you next month.